In this breaking story, Donald Trump's own business partner just dropped a new brutal Epstein bomb. That's right. Donald Trump, no matter how hard he tries, cannot escape this Epstein scandal. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, Donald Trump has scandal after scandal to currently be concerned about. I mean, for one, Donald Trump just gutted a major program costing hundreds of American jobs.
I'm here at Eversource, our main electricity supplier in Connecticut. Not exactly beloved by everyone because our electricity prices here are higher than almost everywhere in the United States of America. We need to lower those prices. And the key to it is using other sources of power like Revolution Wind, which now the President of the United States has just canceled. Our major source of wind power stopped on the pretext, I think, that there's some kind of national security concern. I want to know what that concern is. I want the facts. I want a briefing. I want all of the documents that substantiate in any way what I think is just a pretext by the president. And the fact is that not only will this cancellation mean higher electricity prices, we'll also put thousands of people out of jobs. There needs to be more than just this vapid, vague claim about national security concerns. I'm demanding the facts.
On top of this, even farmers who largely supported Donald Trump are now turning against him.
Well, you know, President Trump made a huge mess out of this thing, Frederica, where the actual tariffs hurt America's farmers. He gave $40 billion to Argentina, and since he was elected, farm suicides are up, farm bankruptcies are up, farm foreclosures are up, and every time we watch a press conference, he says, Biden did it. Biden didn't do this. All this is the result of President Trump's bad decision to enforce tariffs on China, Mexico, Canada, all of our trade partners that farmers like myself rely on to have a good, sound market. So the president tries to bail out America's farmers, but the farmers won't actually receive the payments until February. In my opinion, it's too late. My farm notes are due in December and January is when farmers like myself need assistance. You know, I've been farming, Frederica, 42 years. Yeah. This is the first year that grain elevators was closed due to the president's tariffs in the middle of my harvest, so I had to stop harvest.
But now things just went from bad to worse as Trump's own business partner just dropped a brutal Epstein bomb. Take a look at this.
I want to go to Jack O'Donnell right now because he worked closely with Donald Trump as the president and chief operating officer of Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino at the same time that Trump socialized with Epstein. Jack, who's familiar face to viewers of this program, is also the author of Trumped, the inside story of the real Donald Trump. And Jack, you know, look, you've said loud and clear in conversations you and I have had on this show that Epstein was Trump's best friend and that you had seen them so many times together, right? I mean, that there was a reason that you had that view. How much do you think that the Epstein files that have been released so far backs that up?
Well, I think today's announcement that they at least 8 flights that Donald Trump took on Epstein's plane, is a clear sign that they're at the very least very, very good friends. So I think anybody like myself that claimed they were best friends, I think that's validation at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you certainly weren't alone in that. I mean, there have been others, that I've spoken to who knew both individuals or interacted with them during those years who had the same exact description. But, when I said in the file so far, Jack, I said that on purpose because the reality of it is it's been dribs and drabs and putting aside the, at best, sloppy nature of the redactions thus far. There's a whole lot that still hasn't been put out there, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's perhaps purposely deeply confusing as to what is coming out when. Do you think, from what is not out there so far, that there's anything that will be a surprise to Trump?
Well, I don't think there's going to be anything that's a surprise to him because I'm convinced that he knows absolutely what's in those files. And I think that's what is taking so long. This strategy, by the way, of drip, drip, drip is just ridiculous on his part. I mean, first off, it's an egregious way to treat these victims, to do this to them. And now it almost seems purposeful. But he knows what's in these files. And I think that's very simply what's going on. And, obviously I don't know for fact, but, this is turned into a cover up. And it is not just a small one. I look at it and I say, it kind of reminds me of what the Catholic Church went through. Had they been a little bit more honest right up front, they wouldn't have had years of this misery for these, little boys. And that's something that's important here, Aaron, to me. They're looking at these victims as women, the women that they are today. These were children, okay, yes, that this happened to. I mean, and that's the part that I think sometimes is lost on everybody. These were children.
Yeah, I mean, Barry Levine has reported and spoken about people as young as 11 and 12 years old.
Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.